Welcome back to the daily segment of Where's My Sock, where I take podcasts and audio terms and define them in plain English to help you along your podcast journey. Hello, my name is Mr. E. Today's term is follow-up question, because the best part of an interview usually happens after the first answer. So what does follow-up question mean in plain English? A follow-up question is the next question you ask based on what the guest just said. In plain terms, it's you listening, noticing something important, and going one step deeper, rather than moving to your next planned question. Follow-ups do things like clarify a detail, ask for an example, slow down a key moment, or connect the answer back to the listener's needs. So why do people have a word for this? Because interviews can sound scripted when the host never reacts. If you ask question 1, get an answer, then jump to question 2 no matter what, the conversation can feel like a checklist. Follow-up questions exist as a term because they're how an interview becomes a real conversation that still stays clear. They also protect the listener. If the guest says something vague or confusing, a follow-up is how you turn it into something understandable. In the beginning, when you start using follow-up questions on purpose, you might start noticing things like hearing a guest say something interesting like, "That's when everything changed," and realizing you could either move on or slow down and get the moment. Follow-ups that often create clarity are simple sentences like, "Can you give me a quick example? What happened right before that? What did you do next? When you say blank, what do you mean? Why was that a big deal in that moment?" These questions aren't asked to be impressive, but more so to create clarity. Wrapping things up, a follow-up question is the question you ask based on the guest's last answer to get clarity, specificity, or a stronger story moment. If you only remember one thing, remember this. Your best interview tool is noticing what the guest just gave you and asking one more question about it. Next time, we'll tackle active listening, because follow-up questions get easier when you have a simple way to listen for what to pull on. Thank you for listening, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the show and follow me on socials. I've been getting a little bit more active on Instagram, so for a few more tips or personal examples, go check me out over there. I know I don't really throw them in the daily episodes too often or the deep dives, but over on Instagram, you can get a little bit more personal examples. From yours truly, Mr. E. So don't forget to follow there too. But regardless, wherever you follow, that's the first step into making sure that you're a little bit better tomorrow than you were today.